and enhance even further the sharpness of your vision. So we're going to move on to Andrew, something so exciting. I am beyond thrilled at what you've accomplished here. These are not what you've seen in the past. I know we see secure meal replacement bars and go, yay, yum. These are the Type 2, brand new. Today was the first day to launch them. Type 2 meaning if you're trying to control your blood sugar levels, this has now got no added sugar at all. 1 gram of sugar, still the same incredible low calorie bar, 7 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber. I love that these are vegan and dairy free and they're gluten free and they're non-GMO and they're absolutely delicious and they're a today's special. Now here's the thing, we've got 3 different choices in terms of flavors. You can do a 12 count, 24 or 36 bar. Now keep in mind, you can mix and match. We have them in the delicious peanut butter chocolate chip. We have them in the chocolate brownie almond crunch, as well as the coconut almond cookie crunch. You can get 3 of one flavor. You can get 2 of the flavors if you're getting the 24 count, or 1 of all 3 if you would like. That's all listed right here on the graphic. But Andrew, they're so delicious.
They're so
our
good.
Original bars were delicious. What we've done here, it's as I always say, I get my marching orders from everyone out there. Well, you might not think so, but when you look at this product, you know who you are. You've been requesting, you said the Secure was great. And even though our standard Secure meal replacement bar, in a 140 calorie bar, only 4 grams of added sugar. So basically less than a teaspoon of sugar. Still, for so many folks there, I mean, personally, I try to reduce my sugar intake. I know for so many folks, I think there are tens of millions of Americans who've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which oddly enough, that was not the origin of the name here. We basically we're working with 2 formulas. We have our standard Secure formula, and then we had our second type of Secure, our type 2 Secure. So it's interesting when you look at this product, so many of the folks who are watching their sugar intake are folks who either have been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes or perhaps they're pre-diabetic. This, of course, is not a cure or a treatment. What it is, it's a recognition that the sugar we consume needs to be reduced if we're type 2 diabetic, if we're pre-diabetic, or for some of us, it's just something that we've chosen to do, as I've chosen to do. So this bar is exactly what, in response to my original bar, I thought we did such a great job. And then lo and behold, we start getting all sorts of feedback at the company. We'd really like a bar with 0 grams added sugar. And then I even went online and I looked at all these different bars or these products that are designed for folks who might have type 2 diabetes, and they still had added sugar. And so I figured, okay, if we can make a bar that still tastes almost as good as our standard bar, but has 0 grams added sugar. And there's only 1 gram total sugar, in fact. And that 1 gram is like the sugar that's hidden away in the almonds or the peanuts. So it's just traces of sugar in those ingredients. And then the rest of the carbohydrate in the bar is slow digesting fiber, fructooligosaccharides, things like that. So this is a bar that you can be absolutely confident there's nothing in it that could possibly stimulate or trigger a sugar spike. In fact, it only was introduced a few days ago, and the 3 reviews we already have are 5-star reviews, and a couple of them mention something that I've been playing with, CGM, continuous glucose monitor. You can now get them without a prescription. So you could see how a food, see if you have like a fruit smoothie and watch where your blood sugar goes. Or have one of these, even on an empty stomach, and watch where your blood sugar doesn't go. So again, I was going to say it's amazing, but it really isn't amazing that if you don't deliver sugar in a product, there's not any kind of expected change you're going to see in your blood sugar levels. So it's taken a few years. We got that feedback immediately that a 0 gram sugar product was desirable. And it took a few years to successfully design this product. I think you'll be thrilled because not only is it almost as good as our standard Secure bar, in fact, when we taste tested it among hundreds of folks at the company, these tasted better. These won hands down versus the standard Secure bars. And although we'd expect this to be more expensive than the typical bar, This is the same today's special price from when we introduced our secure bar several years ago. So again, in the 36 count, I think it's somewhere around $1.50 a bar. So it's really extremely affordable. Plus, again, we succeed with the flavor and the taste, despite every bar containing 50% to 200% of the RDA of all key vitamins, meaning this will be the most nutritious meal snack of your day. I'd be hard pressed to eat a meal that has 50 to 200% of all key vitamins. I mean, that's pretty amazing, pretty remarkable, but that's what we successfully have done here. Plus, significant levels of calcium, magnesium as well. So there's nothing like these. I think you'll be thrilled. So if you're someone who's really watching your sugar intake, there's nothing to watch here. There's 0 grams added sugar. There's 1 gram barely total sugar. And again, as I said, that's just resident in the nuts and other components in the product. And that's it. So it's simple, it's delicious, and it's affordable.
And I tell you what, since we launched this at midnight, this is the very first day to ever make this available. You've been waiting, and it is here, but we will not be able to even ship this product after this visit because the warm weather just prevents us being able to ship this product because it would probably just melt on the way to you. So this is not only the first of its kind, the only time until the fall that we can even ship it. And when I checked when I got on air earlier this morning, these are well more than halfway spoken for today. Literally, way over half the quantities are gone. This is our second show with Andrew today, so don't wait. You've been waiting. You asked. He delivered with that 0 grams of added sugar, 0 added sugar. So yes, and I tell you what, I couldn't tell a difference if I could at all. They're almost even more moist. It's the wildest thing. They're so good.
No, I think they are more moist. And
Yeah.
and again, even more amazing than the 0 grams added sugar is the 1 gram total sugar.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 gram of total sugar that's kind of locked up in the peanuts and locked up in the almonds, in the chocolate. So when you will just be astounded. And if you're using a continuous glucose monitor, as I've been playing with, again, they're available without a prescription, and they're so insightful about how our body responds and how our blood sugar responds to what we eat. But it is a continuous glucose monitor is an opportunity to see just how remarkable the design of these bars is. I mean, it truly is incredible that with 1 gram, barely 1 gram total sugar, 0 grams added sugar, that you can experience a flavor, a richness of vitamins, of nutrition, and plus it's just plain delicious. I learned a long time ago that no matter how much I might succeed with the science on any product I make, if the experience of that product isn't enjoyable when it comes to a bar, it's going to be a sensory experience, a flavor experience. If that's unenjoyable, doesn't matter how good the science is, you're not going to be ordering or you're not going to be reordering the product. You know, our secure bars are amazing. They're 4 grams added sugar, and that was an accomplishment. And again, I was looking online for a product like this, a meal replacement product that so many folks who are trying to lose weight, part of the reason they're losing weight is we know that by losing weight and changing body composition, it enhances our blood sugar control. So many folks who are trying to lose weight and might want to take advantage of a meal replacement, because the best science beyond all the pharmaceutical drugs now, the best science on weight loss is a meal replacement. Even when you use those medications, a meal replacement is the best science to take advantage of when it comes to weight loss. So if we're trying to use a meal replacement to enhance weight loss, and so many of us who are trying to lose weight are doing so because it enhances blood sugar control, why wouldn't that meal replacement address the need for a product with no added sugar? And that's what this does. And there's a lot of different products you could see at your local drugstore or pharmacy that are designed with that in mind, but they're not designed as effectively, as intelligently, in as, dare I say, sort of a disciplined scientific fashion as this product. Plus, they don't taste anywhere near as delicious as this product. So this is a winner in terms of the science, but it's also a winner in terms of flavor. And so I think if your goal is giving your body tools that not just enhance, that what we're trying to do is to trigger our blood sugar management less. The less we trigger that system, the more we give our body an opportunity to not have to deal with those challenges. And that's exactly what this product does, because it contains 0 grams added sugar and only 1 gram total sugar. So again, it's not a drug or a treatment for type 2 diabetes, but what it is, it's exactly what your doctor is telling you to consume when your doctor is telling you to watch the sugar in your diet. That's how this was designed.
And they are, I will say again, so delicious. My personal favorite is the peanut butter chocolate chip. You will love them. Don't forget what you can do. Such a neat combination here today with our Today Special pricing. If you want a 12-bar count, just pick which flavor you'd like. You'd get the peanut butter chocolate chip. There's the chocolate brownie almond crunch, or there is of course, the coconut almond cookie crunch. If you get 24 bars, you can do 2 different flavors or 2 of the same. If you get the 36 bar, you can get all 3 flavors or all 3 the same, completely up to you. But again, today, and this is the last time for the year that we can ship these before, the fall, because it's just too warm in the summer. This is it, your brand new Type 2 Secure Meal Replacement Bars at special pricing today with free shipping, and absolutely you're gonna love the taste. Whether it's taking and packing it for a picnic or a hike, I take one in the morning with me on my way out to work with a cup of coffee, and this is my morning breakfast.
I I ran out the door for the shows, and I didn't eat anything, so I had one before the shows. So again, it's low in calories. You're talking about 140 calories. It's giving you protein, it's giving you fiber, it's giving you key vitamins more than any typical meal. So it's basically, when you look at the typical multivitamins on the market, this doesn't pale in comparison to the typical multivitamins. Plus, it's the proper form of B12, the proper form of folic acid, 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. There's nothing like it in the world of meal replacement. There's nothing like it in terms of respecting the challenge that as we get older, the challenge that our blood sugar management represents to our body. And that challenge to blood sugar management, it's challenging, but the consequences, the fallout of those challenges are what we try to avoid. And that's what this product is designed to respect. The reason why thousands of folks demanded that we change our Secure to have a 0 gram version is because so many Americans, tens of millions of Americans, are experiencing either we're being told we're pre-diabetic or being told we have type 2 diabetes. So we're paying careful attention to our sugar intake. And that's what I try to do here, is not pay careful attention, but pay absolutely rigorous attention to the sugar content. So 0 grams added sugar, barely 1 gram total sugar and carbohydrate that's easy to metabolize. So again, your blood sugar is not going to be highly reactive when you consume this bar.
Well, I'm very excited for all of you to try it, and we'll see how long this lasts over the course of the day. This being the brand new Type 2 Secure Meal Replacement. This is your day. This is your time. This is the best price of the year.